If you are laid off, whether in edtech or in another industry, how do you go about yourself? Typically, I have seen that when you need the job is not available. When you don't need the job, a lot of jobs are available. But now a lot of you over the last 2 months have seen very disappointing news on LinkedIn that a lot of these edtech companies are firing people, and nearly 10,000 plus people have been fired from these edtech companies over the last 2 months. Now, if you are an unfortunate end of such an activity, what should you go about? How do you go about the next few months? And in this video, I'm going to answer this question. If you are laid off, whether in edtech or in another industry, how do you go about yourself? Before we start, do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so the next time I upload a video, you'll come to know about it straight away. Step number one is the biggest mistake people make is they don't take a break. So please take a break. When you come to know about such information that you're being laid off, it can be very disappointing. It can be a big shock to a lot of people. So take a break. So take a week, take 2 weeks off, go to a place close by. It need not be a fancy place, maybe a hill station, a beach close by. Go by yourself or maybe a couple of friends, a couple of trusted friends. Keep social media off, keep the phone off. Just absorb what is happening. When you come to know about this news and you've been laid off, do not try and get into action mode straight away. It's very important to take a break, let your mind absorb that. You come back relaxed before you start taking the next course of action. So the next course of action, which is step number 2, is take advice from peers, well-wishers. So there are a lot of people you would have worked with in your life, whether it's your ex-bosses, peers, batchmates, mentors. Reach out to them for opportunities. Typically, I have seen that when you need the job is not available. When you don't need the job, a lot of jobs are available, but still reach out to them. They can give you good advice in terms of when the market might open up. Show them your resume, get your feedback in terms of how your resume is looking, build your social media profile on LinkedIn, and just be connected with some of the well-wishers you have in life. Step number 3. Now, what happens if you're laid off and if you are working at a good position? You don't get your other offers straight away, an equivalent good position. It will take you 6 to 9 months typically to get something which suits your stature and what you like. So the mistake you should not make is during the 6 to 9 months, do not sit at home. Keep doing something even if it is well below your stature. If you're making even 20 to 30% of what you are making. So what are some of the things you can keep doing? You can join a friend's startup, you can join a relative startup, you can open a YouTube channel, you can go to a coaching center and teach students, you can join a local NGO. It's very important during this phase when you're going through a lot of heartburn that you keep your mind occupied. This will also ensure you're learning new skills, you're meeting new people, and you never know, you might actually like and do something in that phase. So during these 6 to 9 months before you get your job of your choice, keep doing something. Do not sit idle at home. The fourth step, and this is something a lot of people struggle with, is to keep toxic people at bay. When you are going through such a phase, it's never easy when you've been laid off. You will typically see a lot of friends, a lot of fake friends start offering fake sympathy. You will start seeing neighbors and relatives keep poking you every day, trying to have fun at your expense. The aunties will land up, and it's very important you keep these toxic people at bay. So if you suspect there is malintent and they're deliberately doing this just to make you feel bad, my personal recommendation is just block them off. So 2% of people cause 80% of mental stress. So just block these people off, block them on WhatsApp, do not talk to them, block them on social media, minimize all forms of conversation with such toxic people. The other point, sometimes what happens is the home environment gets difficult. If you're staying in a joint family, it can get difficult. So it's not a bad idea, in case the home environment gets difficult, to step out, maybe stay with a friend for a couple of months, maybe consider a PG, so that you don't face that incessant nitpicking every day. Step number 5, pick up new skills. Now, have this honest conversation with yourself, especially when you are taking that 2-week break. Did you lack any skills, or are there skills you could do better? Even if you're very good at your work, you can always learn new skills, but use this phase to pick up new skills. I'll make a separate video in terms of what are the skills you need to succeed in your 20s and in your 30s, but some skills like Excel, PowerPoint, analytics, digital transformation, communication, these are skills you can always learn in life. And give 1 hour a day, give 1 hour every day and try and learn these skills. You don't need to subscribe to an expensive program. You can learn these skills just on YouTube or listening to influencers like me. All of this is completely free on the internet. So spend 1 hour a day every day picking up new skills. Step number 6, get your finances in play. So when such an event has happened, look at what your 6 months of expenses are and liquidate that money from your existing instruments. So if say your monthly expense is about 25,000, ensure you have 1,50,000 ready in the bank in a savings account which you can liquidate easily. It will typically take you 6 months to 9 months to get a job. So 6 months of money should be in a fund in terms of working capital. Needless to say, do not spend too much on credit cards, do not buy the latest iPhone, avoid the foreign trip for now, be a little stingy with your instruments. If your home environment is fine, it makes sense to move in with your family at this point till you get your finances in order. Also, you should consider the subscriptions you have. So you might have subscriptions to many OTT apps. Ask yourself which is the 1 or 2 apps you don't need to have subscription to 15 apps. Do not step out every Friday to eat at an expensive place. Maybe do it once in 2 weeks, maybe do it in once in 3 weeks. So relook at all your expenses during this phase. Given that there is no incoming source that is coming in, what do you really need to spend on and what do you not really need to spend on? Step number 7, and most important, do not feel sorry for yourself. You have to understand that such things happen to everybody. Every person gets laid off over a 40-year career. These are very normal in modern day worlds. In sporting terms, every cricketer, no matter how big, gets dropped from the national team. So these are very normal. These are part and parcel of life. The way the Indian economy is moving, there are newer sectors coming. There is higher risk, there is higher reward. So such events are bound to happen. You should be careful with your greatest enemy during this phase. Your greatest enemy during this phase is going to be your mind, nobody else. So keep that mind in check. How do you do that? Build a routine. Get up on time, eat on time, step out every day, come back on time, sleep before midnight. I've generally seen all the negative thoughts in life typically come after midnight. So please try and sleep before midnight. Follow a routine all 7 days and tell yourself this is a 6 to 9 month phase. You're doing something else and you're probably enjoying. But do not feel sorry for yourself with questions like, why did it happen to me? Look at my peer, where that person has reached. Do not get into such conversations. These conversations lead nowhere, absolutely. So with this, we come to the end of this video. What other things you should do when you are at the unfortunate end of this event? Drop your suggestions in the comments box. I'll try and answer as many as I can. Before we conclude, do click on the subscribe button, click on the bell icon, so the next time I make a video, you come to know about it. Till next time, take care.